See what you niggas is talking about. Who's up in here? What up? What's up, Trey Day? What's up, Evan? What y'all got going? Smoking this blunt. I'm about to smoke in a little bit. I just got back from the Guitar Center. I got my percussions. What's up, Mickey Russell? What's up, Don Smith? What y'all got going on? I went to the Guitar Center and got my percussions. Cause my sound packs are almost, my engineer hit me up and said my sound packs will be in, what's up, Doogie54? My sound packs will be finished this week. So I'ma still, what's up, Tasha? It's good seeing you earlier today. That was a random occurrence in Southern California. Seeing Tasha Ray. Yeah. Laying down on the phone. Yeah, my sound packs, my engineer finally hit me back and was like, the sound packs are done. He just gotta send them off to me. And when I do my drum sample packs, they're gonna be straight acoustic drums, but I'm also gonna have percussions layered with the sound. What's up, Star? These things, people don't understand how important these things here are to live music, to good music. When you go back and listen to like the Gap Band, oftentimes, like go back and listen to that song, Outstanding. Whenever they hit the snare, you always have the sound layered with something like this. And there's little things they did back then in the day when they recorded music to layer the sounds. And you ended up getting this full experience of the sound just from something like this being layered on top of the snare drum. Yeah, so my sound packs gonna have percussive layering on them. It ain't no sound packs out there right now with percussive layering. You said it ain't no guitar centers in Boston? That's why ain't no goddamn good music coming from Boston. The last good act Boston had was y'all know who I'm talking about. I was about to say Boyce Men. You know who I'm talking about. Them niggas from Boston. One of the greatest groups ever. Nigga got a brain fart going on. New Edition. That's why New Edition was the last good artist that came from Boston. That shit was damn near 40 years ago. Oh yeah, Heartbeat? Yeah. Heartbeat. Yeah. Yeah, nigga. Boston. If y'all ain't got no guitar centers, that's why y'all suck musically. No disrespect. No disrespect. No disrespect. But yeah, the Guitar Center is my home, goddammit. I love the Guitar Center. I was at the one in Hollywood today. I hadn't been to the one in Hollywood in a little while. Yeah. I love the Guitar Center. So what you saying there ain't no Guitar Center in Boston, that'll guarantee y'all never move to Boston. Because what is a city without a Guitar Center? What's up, Sean? So what's on y'all mind? What's on y'all mind? It's been so much shit going on. I wanted to go live earlier today, but today I wanted to do 2 shows today. I wanted to do Hotepish talking about Joe Rogan and some more, and I wanted to do an Incense and Ashtrays, but y'all know yesterday, like when I was on live yesterday when I said my dad called, Pops let me know I had some family in town, so I was like, I'm gonna sit the show down for a day and go see my family. So I was with my cousins that's in town. So there was no Incense and Ashtrays tonight or no show. But what y'all think about these? You see, you know you can watch Super Bowl, but that nigga said, what meat do I prefer? The meat I prefer is your mama's titties. Your mama got them big ass round areolas, the kind that cover half her titty. That's the kind of meat I prefer. Your mama's big ass areolas. That's my kind of meat right there. Them hoes get hella hard when I come around. That's my favorite meat. Your mama's titty meat. There you go. But he said oatmeal cookie. Yep. That's exactly what it is. Them halfway cooked ass. Nigga, your mama's areolas look like them goddamn oatmeal cookies when they 2/3 done baking. They 2/3 from being done baked. Just let's see. Oh, you say you became a property manager and your supervisor? I don't care. I don't know how much to give it. Let me tell you something. When you manage your properties, the word "okay" goes a long way. Okay, you may or may not do it, but just say okay. I found that goes a long way. If they're saying you do something that's unnecessary, you know you don't need to do it, just say okay, and don't do it. They'll forget. And if it's important, they'll remind you, and you get to it. I have a rule when it comes to my apartments. When it comes to my apartments, I was telling my wife this morning. What's up, Josh? I never, ever, ever answer the phone when my tenants call. Never answer. You're like, oh, DeWan, why don't you answer? What's up, Jordan? Why don't I answer when tenants call? Because 95% of the time, the tenant is calling for for a problem that they can solve themselves. Okay? And if it's important, they'll leave a message. And if once I listen to the message, I hear it's important, I'll call right back. I may call back in 1 minute. If they leave a message, if they don't leave a message, it ain't important. Off rip. If they don't leave a message, it ain't important. Because 90% of tenant problems, it'll be something like, oh, the hot water isn't turning on. And then they'll realize, oh, it's kind of cold outside, it's wintertime, maybe I just need to run the hot water a little longer and it'll get warm. And they'll figure it out. They will figure it out. And if it's something important, they'll leave a message and you call them right back. I have my tenants, my tenants when they move in here, they don't leave because I take care of my shit. But I don't answer their calls. I wait for them to leave a voicemail to find out how important that thing is. I had a tenant hit me up last night. I had a tenant just last night call me at midnight. And of course, I did not answer. I checked the voicemail. She called me at midnight to let me know that she lost her mailbox key. Okay, what the fuck you want me to do about that? You lost your mailbox key. All right, well, okay. We'll take care of it in the morning. What the fuck can I do as a property manager about your mailbox key at midnight? Like, honestly, what the fuck can I do? So, know that most of the time your tenants gonna call you with a whole bunch of bullshit that could be handled during business hours. Yeah. What's up, DC Static? What's up, Northside? Yeah, tenants, because what happens is when people, like, certain things happen, people panic real fast. And in that panic, they're going to call someone else to solve the problem. That's usually what happens. They panic. And once they're done panicking, they figure it out. And 90% of the time, they already have the solution. That's why I don't answer. 90% of the time, the tenant already has a solution right there. They're just panicking right now, so they're calling you in a panic. Yeah. Oh, they called the emergency plumbers out noticing you? Tosh, I know you over tenants. I know you over that. What's up, Positive Influence? What's up, Quan? What's up, Sinister? Hey, don't answer. You don't call right away. Hell nah. There we go. So what's going on with these but this is what I was going to talk about if I did my show earlier, and I may talk about it if I do it tomorrow. I try not to do a show the same day as I do Craig Fact, because that should be drained after all that. But this whole Joe Rogan thing is not letting up. I said this shit on Facebook. Yesterday. No, Saturday. Saturday on Facebook, I made a post. And this post was, you ain't seen what's up with all these niggas defending Joe Rogan. And it's, for me, I could talk to y'all here on YouTube about this because other comedians ain't watching my shit. And I didn't want to post certain shit because it's certain people, like, you know how it is when you post something on social media, you talking about something, but you don't necessarily mean to hurt or want certain people to feel that post is directed at them. So with me being a comic, I got about 200 people on my Instagram, follow me on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. If I say something about Joe Rogan and comedians, they'll think I'm talking about them. Because I got a whole bunch of friends of mine that I'm actually really cool with in comedy, jumping up and defending Joe Rogan. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Joe Rogan would never defend you if something happened to you. Joe Rogan would never defend you. So I'm like, what's up with all these black comics saying Joe ain't racist? Like, why? Because he gave you an opportunity? Because he put you on his show, he ain't supposed to be racist to all of us. Fuck out of here. I've said this before. White supremacy is supported. White supremacy is supported by its victims. White supremacy stays alive because the people it abuses the most are the first to defend white supremacy. Andrew Yang came out defending Joe Rogan. Andrew Yang, didn't the United States fucking, isn't he from Japan? Didn't they put atomic bombs in your home country? Why are you defending them? Willie D? Oh, the biggest one was Boyce Watkins. Oh my God. But I first, when I first put the tweet up, the post up on Saturday, it was after Donnell Rawlings was out there defending him. I'm like, Donnell, nigga, what the fuck? I don't know him personally, but if you don't just let this motherfucker defend himself. Oh yeah, Jay Prince came out today defending him. Like, nigga, if a white person do some shit, especially if they do some racist shit, you got 200,000 niggas ready to fall on the sword for them. Yeah, you got Jay Prince defending him. See, I be saying something, and this is no, please don't take this the wrong way, because I got nothing but love and respect for street dudes. I ain't got no issues with street dudes. But a lot of we got too many street dudes, especially the ones that have gone through the prison system. A lot of these niggas be the worst when it comes to talk, when the topic of racism come up. A lot of them be the main ones that would be like, we ain't gonna talk about no racism now. We's not gonna talk about that. It ain't racism. And they'll be the first ones to defend. I'll be like, yo, chill, man. I understand you have a certain slanted point of view about other black people because those are the ones in the streets that you had to confront and interact with. But please understand, my street brothers and sisters, the reason why you had to worry about black folks in the streets is because that's the only place you can do your fucking street business. You're not allowed to do street business around them other people. And street business comes with street consequences. So understand that them street consequences you guys went through, those are the rules of the streets. They ain't got nothing to do with blackness. Oftentimes, blackness gets conflated with street shit. Blackness ain't street. Street ain't blackness. Street is street. No matter what color you are, street rules are street rules. It's not blackness. Yeah. Yeah, Jordan, leader of the Proud Boys on the show. Yeah, these niggas will defend a white boy for clout. like nigga, do you got like a $100 million movie deal on the table that you defended him for? I could halfway see if you at least had a damn movie deal. Like, shit, if he get caught up in this shit, this movie deal is dead. Okay, maybe, but even then, maybe. These niggas ain't got no business with these white folks currently, but will run up and defend them. You know what I think, people? I think as black folks do this more, we need to, as black folks, levy consequences on them. When I say consequences, I mean social consequences. Like, we ain't really fucking with you. All right, you want to defend a white boy? Fine. We're not fucking with you. Boyce Watkins. Boyce Watkins. Hey, Mavie Davis Jr., dumbass, I didn't say he was Japanese. I asked, is he Japanese? Do you know the difference between an affirmative statement and a question? I said, is he Japanese? See, there's always a dumbass in a chat room that's waiting for a gotcha moment. One of these motherfuckers that was raised by your mama and your gossiping aunties. Wasn't no nigga around in your life. So when you see a grown-ass man talking, you waiting for a gotcha moment like your mama and your aunties and them old hood rat niggas they was fucking. Gotcha. Man, sit your whack ass down, nigga. I said, is he from Japan? These people, see, I don't know, maybe I was on the phone later talking about this. These niggas, the first generation of bastard babies is now like 50. And them niggas still ain't learned how to interact and talk to a man like a man. You know, it ain't where you're from, it's where you're going. I know too many brothers that only had a mom in the house and no dad that grew up to be real niggas. Like, they may have stumbled early on, but by the time they get to their 30s, they done figured it out. Then you got these niggas that just wait around in chat rooms for a gotcha moment. You niggas still ain't figured manhood out. And even if you did get me in the middle of something, so? Okay, gotcha. Well, what's next? What you gonna do? Jack off to that soundbite, nigga? What you gonna do? jack off to, oh, I got that nigga Dwan last week. Ooh, you happy? What's next? You about to go, make sure you go clear them ants out your grits before you eat them, nigga. Back to what I was saying. Yeah, comprehension's everything. Back to what I was saying about Boyce. Y'all saw that? Did y'all see that tweet Boyce put up? I put it up. If you follow me on Instagram and Twitter, you saw me put it up. This nigga Boyce. He put up a tweet. I can't look at it now because I'm on here. Boyce put up a tweet. Did y'all see that? It was like he was conflated. He was comparing Joe Rogan using the quote unquote N-word versus rappers using the N-word in the song. First of all, I don't trust niggas that say N-word when you can just say nigga. You sound like a little ass kid by the fuck is an N-word, nigga? You ain't 7 years old. Say the fucking word. It ain't gonna hurt. Niggas wanna write N-word. Nigga, write nigga. They're conflating a white person who has a history of kicking in with alt-right Proud Boys members, conflating that with the creative use of the word in music. And I'm with people. Like, I see this move with Joe Rogan. I see it as a move to bring overall more censorship to podcasts. I talked about that on my last show. I do see the bigger play here. But just because there's a bigger play here don't mean you got to defend the white boy. Y'all saw how I did my last show? I never defended Joe Rogan. I said I feel that his situation is being used to bring in more censorship. But to sit around and say he ain't a racist, nigga, chill. Calm your hypey ass down. I wish black people to defend black people like this. Did you see niggas? Hold on. Let's break it all the way down. Did you see niggas, these blue check niggas, these ones that are defending Joe Rogan, did you see them defend Bill Cosby like this? Did Donnell Rawlings and all of these Boyce defended Bill, but he's kind of halfway. Boyce got 1 foot in the B1 sector, 1 foot in the professional white ass kissing sector, and we never know which one is gonna pop out at any time. But these niggas don't defend black people like that. Yep, Quan Boyce, it kind of looks like a clickbait king. He always putting shit up there just to get attention to his channel. Yeah, man, you're right. It's funny. Man, it was funny you said that. I was just on the phone with Larry about 30 minutes ago. We was talking about Boyce's teeth. He has not been the same since he got them teeth. Like, Boyce was slipping a little bit. Before he got them teeth, he was already slipping. But he would say shit that was slip, but you kind of look at it sideways, but it wasn't such a bad slip. You was ready to write him off. But when that nigga Boyce got them chompers in his mouth, nigga, when Boyce got them teeth in his mouth, it seems like, I think them teeth came with a contract to coon. They told that nigga Boyce, we can fix your grill, but with this grill comes consequences. You gotta every now and again tap dance or messing. You know what Boyce's mouth looked like? Boyce's mouth looked like, remember on Michael Jackson's Leave Me Alone video? When that mouth was bouncing up and down and Michael Jackson wrote the little rocket ship into the mouth? That's Boyce. That nigga teeth look like a baby grand piano. Ever since he got them motherfuckers. Ever since he got them chiclets. You remember them chiclet, the chiclet gum candy? What, little gums, little box of chiclets? Ever since that nigga got that set of dominoes in his mouth, he been saying a lot of bullshit. Like, this nigga Boyce's teeth look like middle C on the goddamn keyboard. That nigga's left front tooth is middle C. Nigga, this motherfucker, Boyce got all of Bugs Bunny's teeth in his mouth. You know, Bugs only got 2 up front, but this nigga Boyce got them 2 Bugs Bunny teeth in all 32. This nigga Boyce got walrus teeth lined up in a row. Call a nigga Christopher Walrus instead of Christopher Wallace. Nigga Boyce, aka Christopher Walrus. This nigga's teeth, boy. I don't know, Clinton. I don't know what was wrong with his teeth. Like, they weren't bad. Oh yeah, his teeth were sharp. Like, he used to have like them piranha teeth before he got his new grill. Boyce had them piranha teeth. That nigga was looking like Barranca on on Mortal Kombat. I don't know, you gotta be like my age, the old school Mortal Kombat. Y'all remember Barranca? Nigga, that's how goddamn Boyce's teeth was looking. This nigga's teeth had a razor's edge. Like, Boyce's old teeth looked like a set of rocks. It looked like, desert grass. I don't know if y'all know, like, here in California, we was having a drought, so a lot of people had to get their lawns replaced with a desert lawn. And the desert lawn is just a bunch of rocks and bushes. That's how Boyce's teeth was looking before he got that new set of grills. That nigga Boyce's grill, that nigga teeth look like toilet lids. Big ass teeth. This motherfucker got toilet lids for teeth now. It's like they got a whole bunch of toilet lids put together, and then they filed the motherfuckers down in a perfect row. That nigga Boyce's teeth, that nigga grill look like he got a whole Chevy Malibu in his mouth. When he smiles, that nigga's teeth is like the size of a Chevy Malibu. This nigga Boyce got Homo erectus teeth. Y'all ever I don't know if y'all ever took anthropology class, but I remember when I was in college, I was in physical anthropology and we got casts, like bone casts of like Homo erectus and like Homo habilis. Some of those old skeletons, like Homo erectus had these big ass teeth, but they were kind of flat because Homo erectus was a plant eater. So the Homo erectus teeth were like big and flat for plant eating. And that was Boyce's teeth. What's up, Manny G? This nigga, Boyce Watkins, got can opener teeth. Like, this nigga, he can open cans in 2 ways. He either puncture that motherfucker. You know how like them old Hawaiian punch cans, you had to kind of puncture it to get it to pour out. Or his teeth can puncture it, or it can just take the whole goddamn lid off. Just and Boyce's teeth, nigga, you can open up. This nigga Boyce can open up 37 tomato cans in 5 minutes with them teeth. This nigga just be like, that's 1 can. That's 2 cans. This nigga teeth is the size of Toucan Sam's nose. This nigga, I'm telling you right now, you wanna, at the next Thanksgiving, when it's time to open up not fuck Thanksgiving, like me, I make my own barbecue sauce. Whenever I barbecue, I make my own barbecue sauce. But I use, you gotta use, it's a tomato base. So next time I have a barbecue, like I wish I knew Boyce Watkins, because if I knew Boyce Watkins, I would invite him over to my barbecues, and every time it's time for me to open up a new can to make some sauce, I could just have him go And nigga, I'm gonna have my cans open because sometimes them can openers will just be hurting your wrist. I don't know about y'all, but like sometimes can openers, you gotta clamp down hard and twist and twist and twist, and then the can opener, like if it ain't right, your wrist kind of be hurting when you gotta open up too many cans. Nigga, I got that nigga Boyce Watkins over there, and that whole goddamn can gonna open up, and I'm gonna be good. This nigga Boyce Watkins opens up a can of whoop ass with his mouth. This nigga, that's why I ain't fucking with Boyce, man. That nigga can open up a can of whoop ass with his mouth. Just he'll beat your ass, nigga. Nigga Boyce will fuck you up with the mouth. Ever since that nigga got them teeth. Ever since Boyce got them teeth, man, he been talking sideways like a motherfucker when it comes to black folks. What's up, Bug Shelton? He said he got the mortgage teeth. Salute, Ben Frank. He said go back and watch Coneheads. Okay, I'm gonna go back and watch that. This nigga Boyce Watkins, man. That's what I don't like when niggas try to equivocate the N-word, quote unquote. When niggas try to equivocate black people using the word nigga with other things, let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell y'all something. He said he holding Dr. Anderson hostage. Yeah, he has co-signed a lot of current turncoats, especially Yvette Carnell and that big ass forehead of hers. Yvette Carnell blocked me a long time ago. Like, Yvette Carnell blocked me on Twitter like 2 or 3 years ago. Over basically nothing, but hey, whatever. Back to Boyce. And this nigga's mouth. God damn. This nigga Boyce look like he done bit off a woman's nipples before. That nigga teeth look like he done bit off. It's 3 women walking around the city of Chicago right now with one nipple. Because Boyce bit the other one off with his teeth. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know he put Cynthia G on. I forgot he did put Michi X on. I forgot about that. I didn't know he put Cynthia G on. Damn. He said teeth bigger than Jeff Bezos' net worth. Man. But, nigga, I used to be a big fan. I used to like Boyce Watkins a lot in 2015. Hell, I even went to go see the nigga speak. I even went to go see that nigga Boyce speak. I remember this was like 2016, 17. Cal State Long Beach had Boyce Watkins, Dr. Umar, and Tariq Nasheed speaking on the same day. And this was maybe 6 months or less than a year after Boyce and Umar fell out. This was back when Boyce. This was less than a year after Boyce and Umar fell out. I was like, wow, they speaking at the same event. That event must have been, signed before all that came on. But I went to go see Tariq. Tariq had a great panel. Boyce had a great panel, and then Dr. Umar came on later. Like, it was like a long break between Boyce and Umar coming on. So I left and went back to the house and then drove back down there to listen to Umar. And like that was like by then, that was like my 3rd time seeing Umar live. And he was repeating the same shit he said the first 2 times I saw him live. And I left probably like 30 minutes into it. That shit was interesting. Y'all still talking about Boyce's teeth? This nigga, Boyce's teeth, goddammit. That nigga teeth look like mini candles. The little white candles be the little candles that be on in the restaurants in the little cups. That motherfucker's chump. Ever since he got them teeth, he ain't. Cause when I saw Boyce at Long Beach, he was on point. He was straight. Yeah, Boyce has Zaza. He did have Zaza. Damn, you niggas is naming a lot of turncoats that he had on his show. People that are now irrelevant. They was a shit back on YouTube back in 2014, 2015. Nah, I didn't say his teeth look like them. I didn't say his teeth look like a church piano. I said his teeth look like middle C. That's a more creative way of saying it looks like a piano. Like, y'all don't understand how hard it is to do Craig Facts for me, like in some ways. Because I can equally be a comedian as I can be informative. But it's extremely hard to do both at the same time. Because it's like literally different sides of the brain. When I'm thinking about passing out information, I can be funny, but it's pulling from a different side of my brain than the jokes. Actually, as a matter of fact, the information comes from the brain, the jokes come from the ethers. And that's what people don't understand. Like, if I'm in stand-up comedy mode, I'm in the ether. I'm up there. Some people, because I don't write my jokes down when I'm on stand-up, when I'm on stage. I have certain subjects that I talk about, but I improv my set. My comedy set is different every time. But when it comes to funny comes from the ethers. It just comes to you and through you. Information is shit that you learned in the past that you're repeating. So y'all don't understand how hard that is to be on the information tip and then have to turn around and roast a nigga. That should be hard. Because if I'm in 100% information mode, man, my jokes be corny. Everyone has a ratchet side. Let me tell y'all something. There's a reason why I put profound and profane on my show. Because we all of it. Let me tell y'all some real shit. You have to accept your bad side. And it's not even bad. I say dark side. I'm going to use the word dark because it's not bad. Dark doesn't mean bad. Everyone has a light. Everyone has darkness. We all do. The problem is the people who pretend to be the lightest and the brightest usually are the darkest. And the people who are the lightest and the brightest usually don't have, they're meek. They don't really show it. The lightest and the brightest are the ones sitting there on the sidelines, not really bothering. The ones that be all in your face, they be dark as hell, acting like they light. Let me tell you something. Embrace all of it. What's up, Dedication 666? Embrace your light and your darkness. The darkness leads to the light. The light leads to the darkness. Think about this. If you're in an all bright environment, everything is bright, same tone, and you see something very dark in the distance, what are you going to do? Everywhere you look is light, but it's something that way off in the distance that's a little bit dark. What's going to be your natural inclination? You're going to walk to that darkness. What happens if you're in a dark room and you can't see any light? And then out of nowhere, you see this bright light appear, this very faint light. What are you going to do? By nature, you're going to walk to that light. What does that mean? The light leads to the darkness, and the darkness leads to the light. If you want to be the lightest and brightest person you can be, get in touch with your darkness. Accept your darkness. And the parts of your darkness you don't want to accept, you change it. And all light ain't good. Nigga, let me tell you something. What's up, Dr. Sinister? Let me tell you something, man. People don't be going around being fake, acting like everything. That's why I'll be so quick. Like I'll be very quick to tell people I have a darkness in me, man. I'm dark. I have a side of me that's yeah. Why not? Because it's there. I have parts of me that I don't have mastery of yet. I have parts of me that I do not have control over yet. I ain't gonna hide that shit for what? To impress a whole bunch of other dark motherfuckers that's faking? Kiss my ass. I ain't about to be fake with a whole bunch of hell nah. Nigga. I do a lot of good shit on earth. But I also can be a asshole sometimes. I got some major flaws, my nig. Some of my flaws don't affect other people. They only affect me. But that's the worst. When your flaws affect you, you can't even put your flaws out on somebody else and fuck them up. You only fucking yourself up? Nigga, that's fucked up. Nigga, the last person you want to harm is yourself. Nigga, so just be 100 with it. I tell people all the time, the reason why I sell merchandise is because I don't want to be asking for donations. I raise my money by getting creative, creating t-shirt ideas, creating music, my live drum sample packs, and I sell my creativity. I'm not going to fake with you niggas. Be like, just give me a donation, and the proceeds of this donation is going to go to fix the fatherless children of America. I have found 17 shelters that house homeless men between the age of 18 and 24, transitional age youth. And I'm going to raise some money, and the proceeds from the money I raise is going to go to young men that didn't have fathers in transitional age youth programs. Fuck that weak shit. Nigga, I got t-shirts for sale. Matter of fact, go to the shop. I got my new Mothers of the Movement t-shirt for sale. I got my Black People Don't Owe Anybody Anything But an Ass Whooping t-shirt for sale. Got them in hoodies too. I got my Black American Heritage flags for sale. They're only for sale this month, Black History Month, and I'm going to take them off. Nigga, be honest with your shit. I appreciate that, Quan. I am very upfront. And when it comes to everything else, nah. Are you about to get ready to start building custom speaker boxes? Shit, well, send me one for my 10-inch Alpine and my Honda. I ain't want to go past 10. I don't play my music loud. I just need that shit clear. Send me shit. Let me know when you customize a box. I pay for. Let me know. I put my Alpine in the new box. That's right, Hexagon. We at war. You got to take it all back. Got bills to pay. Hell, we got to take all this shit back. And we do it. It's a type R. We get it back by creating things, and we buy from each other. We spend money with each other. You say you wasn't always a good dude on the street. See, look, this is how I look at people that was on the streets. I look at it like this: street activity. One, when you're younger, especially as a man, you're predisposed. You gotta men figure things out through trial and error more so than women. Women are sharper at a younger age than boys. Boys aren't that sharp. Not all of them. A lot of times boys got to get their head bumped up against the walls. That's why traditional societies had rites of passage programs. So boys can get their head bumped against the walls in a constructive manner. But when you're dealing with a society that does not have rites of passage, and there is a gluttonous society that celebrates debauchery and degeneracy, a society that put guns in the front of children. My favorite cartoons growing up was Bugs Bunny, but Bugs Bunny was full of guns, and my other favorite cartoon was Heathcliff. All Heathcliff did was walk around the neighborhood and whoop people's asses. That's in the cartoons. The cartoons are teaching boys to be destructive. Well, now they're teaching boys to be gay. But back in the day, they was teaching to be destructive. And so you have different personality types. You have certain personality types that are more passive, certain people that are more linguistic with problem solving, and you have other personality types that are confrontational. All of it's good in a functional society. But in this functional society, you get the mix of being the type that's a born warrior that needs his head bumped up against the wall to learn. You extract the rites of passage programs. So at a young age, you're going to have young dudes doing a bunch of dumb shit trying to figure it out. But unfortunately, by the time they figure out, they're either dead or in jail. Why did I say all that? I said all that to say that although I'm someone who was never from the streets, I'm not an aggressive type. I've always been the thinker, the linguistic type that understood how to use my words to solve for conflict resolution. Me being someone who's never been to jail, never even seen a jail, never even visited nobody in jail, I'm on the other side. I respect the other end of the spectrum. Because oftentimes it's squares like me that want to judge the niggas that's from the streets, and I want to talk shit about, like, on one end, if you still in the streets, I don't want you hanging with me because I don't want none of those street activities fucking me up. But I'm gonna respect you from a distance. And if you was from the streets, but you're not in the streets anymore, you don't need to hold that as anything negative. You don't need to hold that as something to hang your head over. Understand that that was just an experience that you had in your life. And that's an experience that grew you into the man, woman that you are now. Don't allow your past and the decisions you made as a younger person to be a way that you judge yourself negatively now. Hey, what's up, Larry? Fuck you. Hey, Larry, we was just up in here talking about Boyce Watkins' teeth. That conversation we had earlier. What's a good rites of passage for your boys? Make them build something, create something, get over something, take them hunting. Teach them how to shoot and teach them how to build. Put them in boxing and karate, so in a way that they can release their aggression properly. I used to, when I was working my last job working with kids, y'all don't know how well putting an aggressive child in boxing or karate works. I had a cousin, rest in peace. He had a lot of money, so what he would do, He had a free karate program that he taught over here in the hood, way before gentrification. He taught karate for free for kids in the hood. And I would have kids that I worked with that was failing in school, fighting all the time, ditching, not going to class, always getting in confrontation. I would put them same boys in that karate class, and within 2 months, these niggas is going to class. They not fighting no more because they had a tool to funnel their aggression. And once that aggression was properly funneled in karate or boxing, they were able to then sit their asses down and open up their minds for education. Yeah, Larry, we was just talking about Boyce before you came in here, dog. And that nigga Boyce's teeth. This nigga's Boyce's teeth look like the ice bag ice. Not the ice in your refrigerator. No. Them big ass square ice bag pieces, chunks of ice. Nigga, that's Boyce's molars, nigga. Yeah. Nigga, cause this nigga, cause someone, I think it was Emmanuel earlier. Emmanuel talked about how Boyce started talking crazy ever since he got them teeth. And I told Emmanuel, me and you was just talking on the phone about that, nigga, 30 minutes ago. Well, hour now. I've been on here almost an hour. That nigga Boyce is toothless, nigga. This nigga here. This nigga Boyce's teeth is the size of wall plug sockets. Y'all know like the little wall plug sockets? Nigga, that's the size of his toothlesses. See, I got small teeth. I got baby teeth, see? I'm a big ass nigga with little teeth. Nigga, my teeth is 1/15 the size of one of Boyce's teeth. This nigga Boyce's teeth like a bunch of middle fingers in his mouth. This nigga Boyce's teeth is, nah, fuck that. This nigga Boyce got big toe teeth. This nigga teeth look like big toenails. That's how that nigga teeth look. That nigga teeth look like big toenails. That size. Hi, my name is Boyce Watkins, and niggas. Joe Rogan used the word nigga, but how many black people on Spotify say nigga? The minute Boyce started talking like that, I was like, oh, he ain't got shit to say. It's like another rule I have. I don't trust niggas with lisps. No, niggas with lisps really ain't got shit to talk about. When niggas go talk like this, when they go to path, when every word sounds this saying path, theth, they ain't talking about shit. He nigga said he'll give me tuberculosis. He bit me. Man, this nigga, I would lose if this nigga Boyce looks like he can bite through somebody's femur. Like, his teeth can, like, really bite a human femur and crack that motherfucker. Is that iPhone charging brick teeth? Yeah, that's right, Smoke Splitter. Don't have fifth to talk about. This nigga Boyce. Yeah. I spent, but I will say this. The things that Boyce has said financially that I could use functionally, I used. I learned a lot from Boyce. A lot of the stuff I already knew, but a lot of stuff I did learn. So Thank you, Boyce Watkins, for everything that you did teach me. Got my mullet. You always got to put your mullet in with your weed. That way them hits don't go as hard. But Kwana, you said that's debatable? Taylor said Boyce could crack a turtle shell. Boyce got Magic Johnson teeth. You niggas is dumb. That nigga said Boyce got a spare tooth in the trunk. He said the black man is Phil Clout. Boyce. Yeah. I'm not going to talk about his woman, but he bought a used car. But like, hey, I don't like, look, this is my thing about Boyce buying a used car. I don't have any issues with that. That's okay, Boyce. I don't have any issues with Boyce and his ready-made family. But when you get on goddamn Twitter and you start talking about how men need to grow up and wife up a chick with kids, if you don't kiss my whole fat ass nigga, now I'm not saying don't do it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hell, my dad had a son. My mom already had a son, and my mom and my dad both already had kids before they met. So I'm all for people having a ready-made family. Then they had me. I ain't against it. But when you go around and you start talking about people who that's not their choice, it's a lot of niggas like me back when I was single. I didn't have kids for a reason. I still don't have kids for a reason. Nigga, that whole thing, if that's you getting two of my closest friends married a woman with a child. Two dudes that were I only had 6 dudes at my wedding. 6 of my friends. Larry's one of them. Larry, if you still in here, Larry, how many niggas did I have at my wedding? Out of the 6 male friends that I had at my wedding, 2 of them married a woman that already had a kid. So I'm not against that at all. But Boyce, you was sounding like a hoe talking about that. That shit was funny. Like, no, Boyce, don't run around telling every other man what they need to do because you settle for the best you can get. Nigga, that was your thing. Yeah, Larry was there at my wedding. I had like 6 of my homeboys. Hey, y'all, let me tell y'all, Larry's a fucked up friend. My whole wedding, Larry and my boys was clowning the fuck out of me. I had on a white suit, and one of the niggas I heard say, that nigga DeWan looking like a bottle of milk. And we had a text thread at my wedding at the time. It was me and like a few of my homeboys and Larry. We was all in the text thread. So I'm over there at the altar getting ready to say I do. And my dumb ass, I should have turned my phone off. Nah, Tasha, I'm not gonna leave Larry alone. You gotta hear this. I had my phone on vibrate. So the whole time I'm at the altar in my wedding, my phone vibrating like a motherfucker. After the wedding, all I see is these niggas clowning me in my tux. This nigga DeWan gonna spill barbecue sauce on his tux. Shit like that. This nigga DeWan, these niggas is clowning me. And mind you, when I got married, that's when I was really at my biggest. I was bigger than I am now, significantly, when I got married. That was a big ass tux I was in. And Larry clowned the shit out of me. And this what makes it worse. Larry has this thing. You know how we all have like our idiosyncrasies? Here's one of Larry's. Larry, when people sing a cappella, this nigga Larry just laughs. He can't control himself laughing. I don't know this at the time. I think he said I was 900 pounds. Yeah, I was big as fuck at my wedding. I'm big now, but nigga, when I got married, was it 8 years ago now? Nigga, I was really big. Nigga, Larry has this thing where when people sing a cappella, he just busts out laughing. He can't control it. So at the wedding, I don't know this about Larry at the time. My wife's aunt, well, I claim her as my aunt too. She sings at our wedding. And mind you, my aunt could sing her ass off. She's a legend. I won't say legend. She's a great singer. This is the aunt that I told y'all sang backup for Michael Jackson and Elton John and Tasha said, yeah, it's been 8 years. Tasha, yep. Tasha was around when we got married. But Larry has this thing when people sing a cappella. So my aunt, she can sing her ass off. That's her singing on that song, Wanna Be Starting Something. That's her singing, Mama say, Mama stop, Mama stop, do stop. Mama say, Mama stop. That's her singing that. Well, she's one of the background singers singing that. And she sung background on some of your favorite music ever. So she starts singing at my wedding. She sounded beautiful. Oh yeah, we beat that 7-year itch by flying colors. Me and my wife get closer every day. But this at my wedding, I hear her singing. She's singing over here, and I hear Larry laughing because you know how Larry's trying to hold his laugh in, but you know your friends laugh. Larry is trying to hold his laugh in, but all I hear is, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Now, when I see Larry laughing, he got my boys around him laughing. And I just see all my friends' shoulders, they all got their head down. And I'm like, and you know how it is when you see your friends laughing, especially if you just as goofy as your friends. And all my friends is goofy as shit. So these niggas is laughing, and I can't laugh with these niggas. What's up, Deep Impressions? But I'm like, not only can I not laugh with them, I don't know what they laughing at. I'm thinking that they laughing at my tux. And this nigga Larry is literally turning. Yeah, he was crying. This nigga Larry this nigga's eyes is red because he had his head down, and then he looked up for a second, and then I see this nigga crying. And that's my wedding. My phone vibrating with all my boys clowning the shit out of me. And I can't say nothing back. And this nigga Larry laughing at I don't know what. I got some sorry ass friends. So I don't want y'all ever to feel bad for Larry when I'm talking about Larry. Larry deserves everything bad that happens that I say. Let me tell you another reason why Larry be laughing. One day, I was in Vegas. And I got sick in Vegas. And I'm coughing and shit. And Larry stayed, at the time, Larry was staying like way out in Moreno Valley. And Moreno Valley is like an hour out of LA. But coming back from Vegas, it's nothing to pick somebody up from Moreno Valley and come back home. So I picked this nigga Larry up from Moreno Valley. I'm getting sicker and sicker. So when we get to the house, when we get back here to the crib, Larry stayed with me. He stayed because like when he was in Moreno Valley, you know, you can't do no comedy out there. So Larry would come stay with me for like 2 or 3 days at a time, or a week at a time, and do some comedy out here, then go back to Moreno Valley. Tasha, you remember them days? Tasha used to, Larry come by, Tasha in the chat room, she come by, she come by the apartment, we kick it. Nigga, I'm sick. I'm coughing. And so I go to the room, and I'm laying in the room, and I'm coughing. And as I'm coughing, Larry's laughing. Larry is laughing his ass off every time I cough. And I get up, I'm like, nigga, what the fuck you laughing at? This nigga's like, nigga, you sound like you about to die, and fell out laughing. This nigga Larry looked at me and said, you look like you about to die. And this nigga laughed, and I was sick as fuck. I couldn't even, man, I had a bad sinus infection. And nigga, every time, then I just went back in the room and closed my door, this nigga in the living room. And every time I cough, all I hear is this nigga Larry laughing his ass off for like an hour. So, don't ever feel bad for Larry when I'm talking about this nigga. This nigga's a hoe. Nigga told me I sound like I was about to die. Fuck you, nigga. What's up, G Mars? What's up, Knockout Noda? Yeah. This nigga Dedication 666 said he used to laugh uncontrollably at paraplegic kids. Nah. See, nah. You fucked up, nigga. You laughed at the paraplegics, nigga? Come on, dog. Nah. This nigga said he laughed at the paraplegics. Yeah, nah, this nigga Larry's like, nigga, you sound like you was about to die. I mean, y'all don't know. This nigga, me and this nigga Larry got so many goddamn stories. And the funny, hey Larry, when'd you leave LA? This nigga Larry moved out of LA, what, 2016, 2017, somewhere around there? Nigga been gone from LA like, you know, but in that time period, nigga, we got stories like a motherfucker. Nigga said all his clothes and wine, bro. This nigga Larry's shoulders look like a hanger. How about that? Hey, y'all don't know, this nigga Larry got Phil Jackson shoulders. This nigga Larry shaped like a T-square. This motherfucker Larry, this nigga is from his, this nigga's neck to his head, nigga, and the shoulders, niggas, all that shit's at 90-degree angles. How your shoulders approach your neck at a 90-degree angle? And nigga, how do your shoulder approach your arms at a 90-degree angle? This nigga Larry look like Hangman. This nigga is really shaped like Hangman. That's why I knocked that nigga out. Nah, brother love, we don't go there with it. Nope. Hell no. Nigga, if it was that serious, nigga, I'd wake up from whatever if I needed mouth to mouth, I'd wake up and nigga sock that nigga and be like, not you, motherfucker. Yeah, Nino Black, he's shaped like a Lego character. This nigga Larry shaped like a G.I. Joe. Y'all remember G.I. Joe, how he just come with his shoulders? This nigga Larry shaped like Michael Phelps. This nigga Larry got Michael Phelps shoulders, nigga. This nigga Larry look like a Middle Eastern swimmer. This nigga Larry shaped like he swam the Red Sea, the old Middle Eastern looking bastard. Here you go. This nigga Larry once swam the Persian Gulf Channel. I'm gonna tell y'all something. This chat room ain't shit. Y'all funny. The nigga said Larry built like a wine bottle. He said Larry like a bomb expert. Sloppy Joe. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, nigga. Fuck Larry Goodwell. That nigga ain't shit. I hope the video come out, but we did a roast last week of Slink Johnson. I gotta bring Slink back on this show. Niggas, I put chicken broth in my bong. Fuck you, nigga. Nigga. This nigga, I roasted Slink last week at his show. And the thing is, I wasn't even booked on the show. I was just going to go support my boy. But he had me Craig got up there, nigga. I roasted the shit out of Slink. I told that nigga Slink that he clapped brake dust. Nigga, every time he clapped, brake dust just everywhere. That nigga said Larry built like a Boyce Watkins tooth. Yeah. What's up, Big Lee? Hey, y'all gotta understand. When it comes to my smoking habit, y'all blame that shit on Larry. Before I started kicking it with Larry, I would smoke weed, once or twice a month, maybe. Maybe once or twice a month, not that much. But when this nigga Larry would come by, I ain't never met nobody that rolled better joints. Nigga Larry knows how to roll the perfect joint. And that's what got me smoking more, man. And Larry's the reason why I'm more of a weed head these days. So blame that nigga. Larry brought some of that Afghanistan weed to the house one day, and I was hooked. You say you ran into Slink over in Gardena? Yeah. I met up with Slink over there a few weeks ago. That area too. Yeah, Slink a good dude, man, but that nigga ain't shit. Slink's rap name was Slink Capone. Slink Capone, Boo Capone, they was all. I remember I talked to him about that. I was like, oh, you was one of them niggas on that. He's like, nigga. Slink was like, man, I was young and dumb, my nigga. I didn't know them Italians didn't fuck with us like that back then. That's why I don't say that Capone shit no more. Slink was like, I was young and dumb. I was like, I get it, my nigga. I get it. Yeah. Nah, Larry ain't built like Mr. T. Mr. T is actually built tough. Nah, Larry is not built that tough. No, he's not. That nigga Larry is more, that nigga built like Steve Kerr, more like that. That's how he built. Just a weak-looking ass nigga with upright shoulders. That nigga Larry look weak as hell. That nigga built like Steve Kerr, nigga. That's who. Don't give him no Mr. T. That nigga ain't that tough. I'll beat that nigga ass. Yeah. He can say your mama's a quitter. Man. Yeah, man. Good night, Tasha. Good seeing you today. I randomly ran across Tasha today. That was great. Tasha, one of my favorite people on earth. And I'm telling y'all right now, that legalized weed is for the birds. You want your state to decriminalize weed. You don't want them to legalize it. You want them to decriminalize it. California, when weed was just decriminalized, that's when it was all good. You can go to the weed shop. Now this legal shit, man, these weed shops are crazy. Them motherfuckers that got everything's in jars now. You can't touch it or smell it before you buy it. It's expensive with all them fucking taxes. They got all these new weird laws on the books to where if you get caught smoking weed in certain places, it can be a misdemeanor or a felony. You don't want legal weed because that's when they put all kind of bullshit ass laws on the book. You just want the weed to be decriminalized. You don't want it legal. Take that from a Californian. You don't want that. Yeah, I don't even fuck with weed shop weed. You say Atlanta decriminalize it? Yeah. Decriminalized is the perfect, that's where you want to be with it. That nigga Don Smith said Larry Bill like rookie Kevin Durant. That's exactly how the nigga built. Yeah. Yeah, that's where you want it, Quantic. You don't want them to arrest you. If they can just get a ticket, that's the way you want it. Because me, I have friends that grow weed that donate weed to me. So I know it's not on that government shit. I mean on that I call dispensary weed government weed. My shit's still completely legal because they are very legal growers. But they legally grow their shit without all them fucking chemicals. That's where I get my weed from. Friends that grow their own shit legally. Because it don't take much to get a grower's license here in California. And one of my friends that grows, he don't have no large operation. Just within the legal limits. I think it's like 6 ounces is the most. Some shit like that. That's where I get my weed from. What's up over there, Deuce? Yeah. Got arrested for smoking it? Man. Yeah, 75.8. Nigga, please. Hell nah. I got this other person I go to. He has a legal business here in LA. He has like a delivery service. I found this motherfucker on Weed Maps. For this cat I use on Weed Maps, he actually saw my show. He saw me on actually this is like he saw me on Craig Facts. But before he saw me, no, it was a live comedy show. I used to do comedy, or I still do sometime, at this dispensary. And they like on Sundays, this dispensary has comedy. And I like the motherfucker was in there buying or whatever he was doing, but he saw me there doing stand-up comedy. Nigga, I get my shit from him. I think what I just spent $1.50 on an ounce on some high grade shit. This is runts right here. These are authentic runts. That motherfucker like my stand-up. I got an ounce of runts. $1.50. Donation. I saw the motherfucker at the show, then I found he was on Weed Maps. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, $150 for an ounce of runts, nigga. Come on now. And these are real runts. These ain't them fake ones, I know. Nigga said I'm waiting for the back signal. Yep, $1.50 for some runs. Nah, I smoke outside. I don't smoke in the house. I don't want the wife coming in getting smoky lungs. She don't really fuck with weed like that. I mean, that's another thing, fellas. When it comes to being with a woman, you gotta pick and choose your battles. You can't fight every war. And when you see something that is important to your woman, you make sure that you make that easy on her in the ways that you can. That's how you keep home happy. Now, you can listen to some of these other motherfuckers that tell you it's my way or the highway, and you better wear some perfume and have this, spend $500 on her, and you can listen to that shit if you want. You can listen to all that high value nonsense if you want to. But a successful relationship comes down to picking and choosing your battles. The things that you're downright serious about, she has to accommodate. The things that downright seriously affect her, you accommodate. And if it's something that affects her, that for you, it's either here nor there, why argue? That's right. Your wife get mad, we all suffer. Look, women, you can run that is my house shit if you want to. And if you got your shit in order, she'll still fall in line with it. She will fall in line. But at what cost? That's what you gotta remember. You gotta give a cost-benefit analysis to the decisions you make when you're in relationships. Like, is this thing that I want to do, is me doing this thing that I know she affects her, not just mentally, physically. Like, I'll see her if the house is all smoky, she'll be coughing and shit, and she don't really cough like that. She'll be coughing and like she'll get a headache. Like, so knowing she back there in the room, now if she gonna be gone all day, and I smoke in the house, you know what I mean, open up the windows and shit. But if she back there and I know this smoke is going to affect her and make her ill in any kind of way, why the fuck would I smoke weed in my house, knowing it's physically affecting her? That would be some dumb shit. And then you do some dumb shit like that, and now when a woman mad, all right, she'll do some other shit. And you'll be like, what the hell what? Yeah. So it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. Hell no, I ain't on 135th. That's where all them goddamn oil trucks are. Yeah, I smoke outside. No, I say, yeah. This nigga Larry. This nigga Larry. He been around my wife a lot. Yeah. I remember, what did I tell y'all in the chat room the other day? I said, I'll be publicly, if you in public, I'm always the one laughing, smiling, talking shit. My wife is very quiet in public. She's very quiet in public. Nigga, but in this house, roles reverse. I'll be in the house chilling. Nigga, my wife be having all the goddamn jokes. I'll be sitting here just playing video games. She come in cracking jokes. You got some big ass feet. Like, why the fuck? Where the fuck did that come from? You on the way to get some water, But you had to stop and talk about how big my feet are. My wife ignorant as hell. You say you live on 136 in Normandy? Oh, you lived over there by that, holy shit. 136 in Normandy, that's by that liquor store that Ezel was at on Friday. My neck and my back. That's over off Normandy in 135th. Hell yeah, Black Wealth Matters. Craig Fax in Seattle. Get your motherfucking tickets. February 26th. Yeah. Hey, where the Cali folks in the chat? Man, it's warm this week. It's Super Bowl week, nigga. People about to lose their mind in LA. This happens every year at the Rose Bowl. It's gonna really happen this year for Super Bowl. Everybody's gonna be in town this week for Super Bowl, and this whole week in LA, it's between 77 and 82 degrees with a sea breeze. Nigga, we about to get all these people from the Midwest. You niggas is goddamn frosty frost right now. We about to get all these frostbitten ass Midwesterners and East Coasters coming to LA when we having some beautiful weather, and you bastards are gonna want to stay. Let me tell you something. If you come to LA for the Super Bowl and you enjoy the weather, have a good time, but take your ass home. There's too much fucking traffic here. The last thing we need is 1 million more motherfuckers moving here because they like the weather. You niggas need to stay home. That's what's about to happen next week. But have all these motherfuckers coming to LA for the Super Bowl, and they're gonna decide, I'm gonna keep my happy ass here. No, motherfucker, go home. You say you're trying to break the Cali market? Hit me up. I'll let you know the lay of the land out here. I'll hook you up. I love LA, man. I was just talking to my sister today because I have family in town from Dallas. I was just talking to my sister today because I was telling her, I was like, I would like to get a house in Dallas. And one day I do want to get a house in Dallas. And stay there in the spring and the fall. Well, part of the spring and part of the fall. Maybe a month at a time. I would love that. Because I love Dallas. But I ain't never fucking moving out of LA. You dig? I was talking to my sister about that. My sister was like, you not thinking about moving? I'm like, man, hell nah. I be hearing that shit. People gotta go through your mama on the East Coast, your daddy down south, and you fucking in Seattle. Salute to you motherfuckers, but that's not for me. My mommy and daddy live 10 minutes away from me. And my sister and my parents live with no traffic 2 minutes apart from each other, with traffic 5 minutes. Nigga, I ain't leaving my goddamn family, and I ain't leaving no goddamn 80-degree weather in the middle of February either. I was riding my bike today in that 80-degree weather. This nigga, Evan, is 6'2" with midget arms. Talking about how somebody is built, nigga. How you gonna be 6 feet tall and you can't reach the middle cabinet? Because you got little ass dinosaur T-Rex arms. Nigga, your paws start where most niggas' elbows is. Little ass arms. This motherfucker, you gotta bend down to open the door because your arms is too little. This nigga's arms are too short to box with midgets. Damn God. This nigga's arms is too short to box with dwarfs. This nigga built like a kangaroo. How you gonna be 6'2" with kangaroo length arms, nigga? You said if I had $1,000, well, how would I flip it? I don't look at money in terms of flipping. I invest my money into myself and into my businesses and into my projects, and I have a long-term outlook on the money. I invest in those things that inspire me instinctually in the businesses that I develop, and I advertise, and I don't really try to flip money like that. Like, if by flip you mean put 1,000 into something to get 1,500 back, I don't really look at money in those terms. So I'd be a bad person to ask on how to flip, brother. But back to this tall nigga with little ass arms. This motherfucker, Evan, over here, this nigga 6'2" with a 46-inch vertical and can't dunk. How that happen? With your little ass arms. Nigga, only thing you can do is finger roll. This motherfucker, you awkward built motherfucker. This nigga arms is the length of an unopened umbrella. Y'all know the little pocket umbrellas? The ones that the ladies carry in their purse? And then they pull it out and then they gotta, and then open it up? Well, that nigga's arms is the size of that purse umbrella before you opened it up. This nigga's arms are the length of Christmas socks. See, a lot of you niggas think y'all slick by not having a picture up. You help me out when you don't have a picture up. I'll just make up some shit. This is what you don't realize, nigga. I'm a millennial. I'm a millennial, yo. I'm first generation on this internet thing, nigga. 16 years old. Yahoo chat. There wasn't no cell phone cameras back then. Hell, the only way back in 97 when I got Yahoo chat, nigga, a person had to have a scanner. And that wasn't until like 98, 99. A person had to have a scanner and scan the picture online. So niggas didn't have scanners, so didn't nobody know how nobody looked. You may guess if somebody's mama worked at a job at an office that had a scanner, but back then scanners were like $300. So everyone you interacted with online back when I was 16, 18, you didn't know how they looked. So all we used to do was be in chat rooms talking about how we think somebody looked. That's like Yahoo chat. My name in Yahoo chat, I had a few names. My name in Yahoo chat, one of my names was Shut Your Ass Up Before I Clown You. That was one of my names. Another one of my names was These Nuts. And we used to go, me and my boys, we used to go in the chat room and just talk about people. And that's all we did. Niggas didn't have cars back then yet. See, Quan, you know. Nigga, them chat rooms was off the chain back then with no censorship, nigga. So, like, by, like, 2001, 2002, you start seeing more people with pictures. But in the 90s, nigga, if y'all Facebook friends with me, I'm still friends to this day with motherfuckers I never met in person, but I met them online, shit, now 25 years ago. So that means I've known these people. It's like, I have like 10 Facebook friends that I've known over half my life that I met on the internet. but never actually met them. Well, a few of them I did meet. Yeah, Black Planet. Nigga, I still be clowning with my niggas as sometimes I'm in the comment sections on my Facebook posts. It be niggas I just knew from Yahoo chat. They'll be the main ones talking shit, like cracking jokes in the comments. Yeah, my name was D's Nuts, but that was back in the 90s when that was a popular statement. Yeah, scanners was like $300, but wasn't nobody from the hood getting no fucking scanner to put their picture online. Nigga, what? See, back then, it was weird to meet niggas in person. Like, y'all don't understand. Millennials like me, we took them first bullets. We had to lie about meeting girls online. Because if you told people you was meeting people, even if you told your other friends you met a girl online, they looked at you like some internet weirdo. Like, when I was like 16, 17, 18, catching a bus to meet girls online, I didn't tell nobody I was meeting no girl online. I was like, oh yeah, I met her at the I met her when I was at the mall. Yeah, I'm going to go meet up with this chick that I met at the mall. They clown the fuck out of you if you was going to go meet somebody online back in the late 90s. They're like, nigga, you were seen as the biggest internet weirdo, geeky ass nigga. Hell yeah, Quan, you know what I'm talking about? That shit looked desperate back then. You was meeting somebody online. People be like, what? Oh, I met plenty of chicks at the Fox's Mall online. Like when I would find the chick that was from LA, hey, let's meet up at the Fox Hills Mall. I would meet chicks two places, the Fox Hills Mall or the Baldwin Hills Mall. Depending on what side of Crenshaw they was on. I would either meet chicks at the Fox Hills Mall. Those were the meeting spots. Fox Hills Mall or the Baldwin Hills Mall. Hell, I remember the day I got my the day I got my first car. I got my car, I got it on Martin Luther King Day, 2001. And the first thing I did, I got it the day before Martin Luther. I got it like that Sunday before that Sunday. That next day, Martin Luther King Day, first thing I did was meet up with a chick I met online. Hey, meet me hey, I could drive you now. Nigga. The first thing I did when I got a car. And then, by the time I got that car, the days of being in Yahoo chat was coming to an end. Because I got a car now, nigga. I ain't about to be talking to y'all. I'm out. Shit, but before I got my first car, nigga, I was in them chat rooms. Every day talking shit. I got catfish back then. It was one chick. I thought, she told me she looked good and everything. And she had, when I called her on the phone, she had a good voice. Man, I should have known something was up. This is back when I went to Santa Monica College. I went to Santa Monica first before I went to Cal State Northridge. Yeah, I ain't no fool. I wasn't about to spend all that money 4 years at university. Nigga, my parents paid for my first 2 years. After that, I was on my own. So I was like, let me go to junior college. But the chick wanted to meet up at SMC. I was going to SMC. She wanted to meet up at this spot in Santa Monica. I should have known it was something wrong when she said she wanted to meet in Santa Monica. Man, it ended up being a white bitch. Dog, I didn't even stay there. I left. I was like, oh, that's yay. And I gave her like the little church hug. And then I was like, yeah, I got something to do though. I left and I never, see back then you couldn't block nobody back then. You could unfriend, like you can delete them from Facebook, not Facebook, you could delete them from Yahoo Messenger, but you couldn't necessarily block them back then. That ended up being a white bitch, y'all. I was like, hell no, get the fuck out of my face. She told me she was black, see? All it, see, this is before niggas knew what white supremacy was. And Quan tell you, the AOL and Yahoo chat rooms, the black chat rooms was full of white people, but we didn't know because no one had pictures. But then you would get to kind of know some people outside the chat room, you find out that motherfucker white. You'd be like, why are white people always in African American teens? And my room was African American teens, room 1. We used to sit there in room 1. Anybody whose screen name we didn't recognize, we just started talking about them. Similar to how you 5150 and Craig Factor niggas do. We used to do that shit in Yahoo chat back in the day. We used to do that shit in Yahoo chat, room 1. Yeah, they're all called African American. We used to be in African American teens, room 1, back in the 90s. And anybody whose screen name we didn't recognize, we talk about their mama, we talk about them. Just make up shit. But I met up with that chick. She was white. I was like, man, fuck. She was talking all kind of good shit, too. And she wasn't even a good-looking white chick. This bitch looked like a slop of oatmeal. She was just a sloppy... She looked like she was raised in a double-wide trailer and probably still lived in one. Well, she was raised in a double-wide, but her money wasn't right, so she was living in a single-wide. That's how she looked. Man, I deleted her from my Yahoo Messenger so fast, but I would still see her in the chat rooms, though. But I told people, I was like, hey, yo, Kimmy white. And niggas was like, what? And the minute I told everybody she was white, she stopped coming in the room. I appreciate the R&B breakdown. That's what's up. I appreciate that. I got more R&B breakdowns coming. It's not going to be just R&B. It's going to be, because I'm writing a book on this stuff right now. Like, I got so many books laying around here right now, y'all don't even know. Just been in heavy research mode. I'm writing my book, because a lot of the shit that I know off the top of my head, but in the book, I want to make sure I give y'all references and shit. And certain things, if I'm going to write a book, even though I know it in my head, I got to like double and triple verify, make sure it's right. Because you know how shit go. In your head, shit gets mixed up. So I got a fuck ton of books. See, I got books right here. There's music books. All kind of shit I'm doing around here researching. This nigga said, try hippie toad on Malcolm X. That sound like a Boo Capone joke. You say your coworker messing with online and went missing? Oh, hell no. Fuck that. Fuck that. Damn. See. Those are the old days of the internet. We can say anything the fuck we wanted to say. I can't tell you a good way to learn music theory because I've never learned music theory. I would say if you want to learn music theory, enroll in a music theory class. That'd be the best way. I appreciate that, Joseph. See, like for me, I'm different. I can't really, because oftentimes people that ask me like what books did I read to get something, And I can't remember because I got to say on my show, I started teaching myself how to play the drums back in 1995. And I'm just always, since I was a kid, been the kind of person that I like whatever I do, I want to know the history of. And not just know the history of it. And some of it wasn't even me researching. A lot of it was just me having fun. Like I would just, when I started teaching myself how to play the drums, that's how it happened. I was listening to the current music of the time and at the same time listening to music from the 60s and the 70s. LA had a radio station called KACE. It was an old school radio station. And when I was teaching myself how to play the drums, this is when All Eyes on Me is dropping around that time, a little before then, around that time. And that Tupac, the Biggie stuff, Hypnotized, that just dropped. I started playing that on the drums, and it was easy. Like, everything on the hip-hop stations for me on the drums was very, very, very easy to play. Like, I would play it and I picked it up. I guess I had a natural talent. I had a God-given talent for drums. So, really, how it started, I was just trying to challenge myself and find harder music to play. And I would play some of my dad's old school tapes. And then really I turned to the old school station. And the old school station, I heard this song. One day I turned to the old school station and the song by the Ohio Players was on, I Want to Be Free. And if you know that song, I'm sure most of you guys do, that song starts off with a monster drum solo. And when I heard that drum solo on I Want to Be Free, I was like 14 years old. And I said, I want to sound like that. So I kept my radio on KACE. And I started listening to old music. And back then you had old school radio shows back in the 90s. You had them old school radio shows to where the DJs would tell you a little bit about the music. And then they would still interview the artists. And so on KACE, sometimes you would have members of the Ohio Players or whatever be interviewed. And I was a kid, and I would just soak that shit up. I would listen to those interviews. I would soak up what they were saying, and I have a good memory. So I'm the kind of person, I have an auditory mind. Like, I can read things and get it, but I get things way better when I listen to it. Like, I'm to the point to where, like when I listen, I guess it's one of my God-given talents. When I hear things that I deem important, I'll never forget it. I don't like anything that I hear. If I feel that it's important, I don't forget. And so I have a God-given ability to recall stuff that I heard 30 years ago. And I would just listen to those interviews. And then after listening to the interviews, I would go to the library, because this is before YouTube. I ought to be way sharper now. If I was y'all, like, you niggas got YouTube now? Nigga, if I was 16 now, I would be 10 times sharper than I am right now. Because back then, we didn't have nothing we could download this stuff on. So we had to go to the libraries. And I would go to the libraries and I would just get documentaries on music. I would rent music documentaries. And I would listen. And I would take notes. And I would just be wanting to learn more about my favorite. Max Roach was one of my favorite old school drummers. I would be wanting to know more about Max Roach. So I would get a documentary on Max Roach or something like that, or Count Basie or Duke Ellington, and I would just watch these documentaries wanting to know more about music. So that's where like the music knowledge starts. And at the time, I knew a bunch of musicians that played, like I played drums at church. And one of the guys that played percussions, he like played percussions for this old school group called BT Express. I played them on Incense and Ashtrays last time. till you're satisfied. Come on and do it. Do it. That song, Contagious, was sampled by that. That was him playing the congos on that. I would have listened to his stories. Another guy in my church that I played the drums at, his dad was Skip Scarborough. And Skip would come by to the church every now and then. I would pick his brain, like certain events, and I would listen to the stories. If you guys don't know who Skip Scarborough is, Skip Scarborough wrote Can't Hide Love by Earth and Fire. He wrote Giving You the Best That I Got by Anita Baker. He wrote Love Changes by Kasif. Skip Scarborough, look him up. He wrote a bunch of hits. Don't Ask My Neighbor by The Emotions. And so I would listen to these stories. So when I was a kid, I would hear a lot of these stories about these sessions, these recording sessions, and what went into these songs. And I just didn't forget it. Same thing with, it was this one dude I knew who used to play the trumpet for Earth and Fire. His name was Romley Davis. And when I was a teenager, every time I would see Romley, I would just I would ask, nigga, I remember sometimes like we would have like church retreats or places like we would have to play. Like sometimes my church would have us play in other states for other like conventions and shit. And we would go in Romley and I would listen to Romley talk. And I would ask him questions literally all night about touring with Earth and Fire, recording with Earth and Fire. How was Maurice White? What was Verdine White like? And I would just ask these questions. So a lot of my music knowledge just comes from just being a curious kid asking a fuck ton of questions. The nigga said, try hippies at the brothel with Lamar Odom. That's funny. And Unsung is one of the greatest. You right, Quan? Unsung is such a great documentary. Like, series. I know when my father-in-law interviewed Unsung, I remember when he did the Unsung for Atlantic Star. I remember talking to him after he did it. And he was like, man, that little girl at that show wore me out. He said she knew things that, like, how did you know that? Like, he said Unsung was more thorough than Biography, all them other shows that he said he had done, like that he done in the past for either Motown or Michael or somebody. He said that Unsung, they had the best questions. He said he don't know how that woman knew what she knew. Hey, y'all niggas is funny in the comments. Oh, that was your cousin, Spring Mooney on Craig Facts. Oh my God. Yeah, I didn't want. Overall, they both seem like genuinely good people. But that laugh was, oh man, that girl's laugh. Y'all, those of you who saw the episode of Craig Facts, y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to. But it was this woman on, for those who didn't see the episode, who had this laugh. And it was like nails on a chalkboard. And I was high. And it killed my high. And I just remember I had a headache. I literally left Craig Facts that day with a very bad headache. A very bad headache. But she had a good spirit about her, so I don't have anything negative to say about her. It's just that I just pray to God I never hear that laugh again. Nigga said, find Boo Capone, you need to conquer your fear. Fear of what? Why would you fear Boo? As a matter of fact, I'm about to get off. When I get off here, I'm going up to the Improv. I think I might go up to the Improv tonight. They should be letting out pretty soon. But at the Improv, like, we be clowning. If I see Boo and Corey at the Improv, I know that shit about to be funny as hell. You shouldn't be afraid of Boo. Don't be afraid of nobody when it comes to this. Honestly, hey Larry, me and Larry be talking about this shit. I be forgetting that you niggas see these niggas as stars. I be forgetting that shit. I be having to remember, y'all see Craig, Boo, and everybody as like, yeah, y'all just, like, these is my niggas. Like Boo was always somebody who, when I first started comedy, all these different comedy rooms want to know what TV show you been on. Anytime Boo Capone had a comedy room, he always gave me stage time. That's how I see Boo. Boo was always somebody who would always, and I roast Boo. This is way before roast me. And me and Boo would go back and forth. I had a mic, and Boo a host, and he would say something. This nigga coming to the stage, this fat motherfucker right here, and then he'd say some shit, and then I remember one time I got Boo. He was hosting the room. I said, this nigga Boo named himself Boo Capone. I said, and this nigga still calling himself Capone as if niggas ain't found out that Italians don't fuck with them like that. And he was like, nigga, fuck you. Nigga. So Boo's like, that's my nigga right there. I love Boo. Like, anytime I see Boo, it's always genuine love. Craig, we started comedy like 2 months apart. I remember Craig when he was me, Craig, Jade, London Brown, who's on that show, Power Book, Larry in the chat room. All of them, Teddy Ray, like, Brent Taylor, we all started at the Comedy Union around the same time. Like, these is my niggas. Yeah. So when y'all be like, I'm scared, I'm like, what the fuck is you scared of? But I understand because it's like no different. Like, I look at my father-in-law sometimes when I'm talking to him about Michael Jackson and Stevie Wonder, I'm seeing him as Michael Jackson and Stevie Wonder. He's saying it as, Michael was that kid I used to work with. And Stevie Wonder used to be recording his session while in the studio next to me when I was recording my session. And that's his relationship to these people I idolize. That's why I said, oh yeah, Craig's laugh is hilarious. Here's the thing with Boo. Boo, when you get into a roasting thing with Boo, you got to be prepared to go all night because Boo's not going to stop. Boo don't give a fuck. Boo will bomb. See, Boo can bomb. He'll bomb hard, but he'll keep coming. I mean, I've seen times where Boo will be bombing for like 20, 30, like all night. It's just not happening. It's just not happening. And then the nigga get hot and hit one of them Klay Thompson, nigga, 12 out of 13, 50 points, 2 dribble runs. Boo don't stop. Even if you're winning, Boo's going to keep coming. And then at some point, Boo's going to start repeating the same joke. and you'll call them out. And most people, once you call them out for that, they'll be like, yeah. This nigga Boo, he'll just come with another one. I remember one time we was at the Improv. I don't know, Larry, was you there? I don't know if Larry was there, but I know Craig was there. It was me and Craig. We had the Improv. Boo and Corey are going at it. They tagging each other. But Corey was killing Boo. Corey was murdering Boo. But with that being said, the only joke I remember from that night was this nigga Boo said, this nigga Corey coming here looking like Arshell. And because Corey had on a black sweatsuit. And this nigga Boo said, he looked at me and Craig and was like, this nigga Corey come up in here looking like Arshell. And nigga, that shit, I laughed so goddamn hard. I remember, all I know is Corey roasted the shit out of Boo all night. But Boo got in that one and it was the timing of the joke. Because the joke itself, is probably not that funny if you weren't, but if you were there, that shit was so fucking funny. And then when he said it, Craig had that loud ass laugh that Craig had. And then nigga Corey looked at us like, man, fuck y'all. He was laughing. That's Boo. And she called and let me know. Yeah, that nigga Boo. That nigga funny as hell. And Boo don't stop. Boo don't stop. Craig, I told Craig before, I was like, man, Craig has that laugh that if you didn't know him and someone said a good joke about you and he's the one laughing, you be ready to fight him because of that laugh. Now, people ain't gonna challenge Craig because Craig a big motherfucker. But Craig got that laugh to where Craig has an instigator laugh that if you the victim of the joke, you see how salty some niggas in the show get when Craig laughs. Notice that when Craig, like when somebody gets somebody and Craig laugh, and it's not that they salty, it's just that Craig has an instigating ass laugh. It's that kind of laugh that make you be like, man, shut your ass up, nigga. Look at that. Yeah, that nigga. Craig's a good dude, though, man. That's one of the coolest people. Craig, one of the coolest motherfuckers you ever want to be around. For real. And it's always been that way. Y'all remember that? Oh, it's 11:11. Y'all remember that Jarvis Kincaid video that Craig did? Y'all remember that Jarvis Kincaid video? The sketch? Do y'all remember that sketch? That Jarvis Kincaid sketch that Craig did? That shit was funny as hell. Yeah, motherfucker. That nigga had on a vest. That shit was funny as hell. He filmed that motherfucker right here. Yeah, he filmed that shit right here in my kitchen. That was when I first moved in this motherfucker. But I'm about to get the fuck up out of here, y'all. I'm about to go up to the Improv and talk some shit. I'll be out of here.